Hello. It's been quite a while since I've actually done a video of any kind, and just some sketchy ideas really that that I have at the moment. So just see where this goes really, because I'm still feeling from my own observations, from my own experience of life and what's going on at the moment, and observing around me on on the many levels that there are to observe. That uh, we're still very much in a state of flux, and there seems to be kind of like the grasping of many straws, or the grasping at many different threads or things, if you like. I don't feel I'm doing this myself. It's just what I'm observing. I'm still very much in a place of watching and kind of waiting. I still have this this feeling of things unfolding, and that we are far from out of the woods, so to speak. And if that's the metaphor that I'm kind of using here, then if we're all making our way through the woods, some are sort of running off in all sorts of directions. Some are just calmly walking, and some are just trying to run back from whence they've came. So my own sort of personal experience is that there's a lot of feelings around the journey of life, and just life's experiences, and kind of like a review of that on lots of different levels, and almost feeling like there's if this was a game, I feel a little bit like I've gone back to the start, but however that's a paradox, because I am what I am here and now. So it's if it is the start, it's the beginning of something new, and I haven't quite really worked out yet what that means specifically to me, and how I am, or how I wish to be in or of service, really. And although there's a lot of insight and sort of observational experience and practical experience too that I've actually gained over many years, I'm not entirely sure how I want to propagate that further. And I can see through the outcomes of what's happened over the last 3 months that lots of people have developed their ways of reaching out using the technology that's available to a great advantage. And this is, I think this is paving the way to different ways of working in the time that's coming. So, but I know there's also some kind of anticipation on working in the same ways that we were working prior to the events of the last 3 months. Still not totally sure myself that will necessarily be the case. I know that there's going to be lots of different perspectives on this, and my own perspective on it will probably change as well. But it's kind of where I am at, on all of this at the moment. Not not overly concerned about what's actually coming next. There's lots of different ideas out there. Many of them are probably labelled as things which, when something's given a label, it's kind of defined in a construct that gives it no opportunity to be totally looked at in a subjective way. Often something gets labelled and it either therefore attracts the attention of someone or doesn't, as the case may be. And so I kind of observe on lots of levels of different ways that people are living and how they are in the world, and that kind of I think the only I think not the only, but I think the concern there would be that some of those ways some of those ways of living are inevitably going to evolve. There's still a lot of change coming along. That's something that I feel. You know, quite how that sort of does end up manifesting itself is up for many debates, really. And yeah, no, I'd be really interested in other people's ideas and other people's viewpoints. I mean, I'm always looking at those where I can and weighing them up against my own mind and my own insights. So yeah, I would be I'd be interested if anybody would like to comment on what they feel. Where is everyone in their life? How are people really feeling about the next 6 months, 12 months? I think that, as I say, the technology that we have has kind of proved something to us during the time when we were having our freedom of moving around limited. And I think that's yeah, I think that's really, well, I'm not entirely sure that's what I wanted to say, because I didn't really have this mapped out. I really kind of felt that I wanted to say something, but I wasn't exactly sure what. It's just to kind of elaborate on where I am in this time, and really not feeling you know, that there is a rush towards anything in particular at the moment. I think it's still very much observing, taking things one step at a time, day by day, and as much as possible moment by moment, although sometimes the moment by moment is not always possible if there's things to be done, you know, work to be done. So yeah, so there we are. I'm going to post this up on my channel, and I'm going to share this as well. So I hope everybody's keeping well, and look forward to perhaps hearing from some on what you think, based on what I've said. If it makes sense at all, I don't know. I hope so. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.